ladies and gentlemen, this story with Silicon Valley Bank, this thing is serious, y'all. This is serious. And you know how America is. Anything they can't control, anything that don't make them look favorable, what they try to do is bury it. Well, this situation is way too hard to try to bury because it is so many people impacted. There's other banks impacted by this whole thing. And y'all, we're not even up to our Hebrew New Year's yet. And look at what's happening. You know, I really think this year, America's going to be standing with a lot of L's, y'all. So let's get into this story. 20 banks that are sitting on huge potential security losses, as was SVB. And it has some of the banks listed here. And some of these may actually sound familiar to you as we get into the story. And I notice a lot of the pictures from back in the 20s when people were doing bank runs and banks were crashing, and a lot of those pictures are cropping up again. So, Silicon Valley Bank has failed following a run on deposits, and you can see that is a picture of a line, part of the line, because the line was way longer than what you're seeing in the picture. After its parent company share prices crashed a record 60% on Thursday. Now, they said a lot of those Silicon Valley businesses and big tech companies also had bank accounts there. So the trading was halted earlier Friday as the shares plunged. Again, in pre market trading, the Treasury Department, Janet Yellen, said SVB was one of a few banks she was monitoring very carefully. Reaction poured from several analysts who discussed the bank's liquidity risk. And, they were struggling for a while. California regulators closed Silicon Valley Bank and handed the wreckage over to the FDIC later on Friday. All right, so there are 10 banks highlighted Thursday that showed similar red flags as SVB Financial in the fourth quarter. So I'm going to tell you what some of those banks are. So these are banks with at least $10 billion in total assets, showing those that appear to have the greatest exposure to unrealized security losses as a percentage of total capital as of December 3rd. All right. So they have a list here of the 10 banks that are also in the red, just like SVB. So the first bank is Customers Bancorp Inc. And that one is in West Reading, Pennsylvania. First Republic Bank, and that's in San Francisco. Sandy Spring Bancorp Inc., Olney, Maryland. New York Community Bancorp Inc., Hicksville, New York. First Foundation Inc., Dallas. Ally Financial Inc., in Detroit. Dime Community Bandshares in Hauppauge, New York. Pacific Premier Bancorp Inc., Irvine, California. Prosperity Bank Share, and that's in Houston. Columbia Financial Inc., that's in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. And SVB Financial Group in Santa Clara, California. So all of these banks are in the red. And really, many of them are in the same position. that SVB was in before they crashed. So Ally Financial is the third largest bank on the list by December 31st. Total assets stands out as having the largest percentage of negative accumulated comprehensive income relative to total equity capital as of December 31st. So there are 20 banks with the highest percentage of negative AOCI to capital. So, who are these banks? Comerica Inc., Zions Band Corporation NA, Popular Inc., Key Corp., Community Bank System Inc., Commerce Bank Shares Inc., Cullen Frost Bankers Inc., First Financial Bank Shares Inc., Eastern Bankshare Inc., Heartland Financial USA Inc., First Bancorp, Silvergate Capital Corp Class A. Now, Silvercorp is another one that I have seen in the news a lot lately, of them struggling and not doing so well. Bank of Hawaii Corp, Synovus Financial Corp, Ally Financial Inc., WSFS Financial Corp, Fifth Third Bancorp, First Hawaiian Inc., UMB Financial Corp., and Signature Bank. So again, this is not, suggesting that these banks are going to crash just as fast, but these banks are going through a lot of losses, a lot. So, but it's interesting to note that Silvergate Capital Corp., which is focused on serving clients in the virtual currency industry, made the list. It is shuttering its bank subsidiary voluntarily. Another bank on the list facing concern among depositors is Signature Bank of New York, which has a diverse business model but also have faced backlash related to services it provides to virtual currency. The bank shares fell 12% on Thursday and were down another 24% in the afternoon trading on Friday. Signature Bank said in a statement that it was in a strong, well diversified financial position. Well, what are they going to say? I mean, that's what I would expect them to say. What are they going to say? Yeah, we're about to crash too. They're not going to come out in the media to say that. They're going to do whatever they can to save face. But y'all, anything that happens to a smaller bank can certainly happen to a bigger bank as well. So right now, you can best believe, America is so corrupt and so shady that you can best believe it's not going to be just the banking industry going down in this country. It's going to be a lot more to come. Remember, we are in the final days. Things are about to shift, and everything is going to eventually come to a halt in America. This is just the beginning. They haven't even began to feel the pain, y'all, that's about to come their way. When our Heavenly Father puts something out there, it is not coming back void. So, whatever He prophesies, it is going to happen. You can count on it. But, y'all, please tell me what you think about 20 more banks that are in a similar situation as SVB, and they could be looking at some serious problems. So trust me, this is just the beginning. There's going to be more banks you're going to hear about that will collapse as well. So all I can say is, I don't know. How do you 100% prepare yourself? I don't think you can. I think the only thing we can do is the best we can to get through the tough times that are ahead. And it is going to get tough. Y'all, it's almost like the 500 years have prepared us for the worst because they have put us through the ringer the entire time. But the problem is, they haven't gone through anything really bad. So when it hits, we know who the big crybabies are going to be, the same ones that were wailing and crying during the lockdown. Just go back and look at the videos, y'all. You'll see who I'm talking about. Dem folks. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.